Diversity in the dugout is still pretty rare in college baseball. You're about to meet the first Latino head baseball coach in Stanford University's history. For 4 decades, this field has been a part of David Esker's life.
I was fortunate enough to take a lot of habits that I have as a man today from my experience on the Stanford baseball field, whether it's just the hard work or being on time, just being uncomfortable with people who accepted mediocrity, right? I was around a lot of guys that were shooting for the top.
Esker grew up in Salinas.
My mother's from Mazatlan, Mexico, and she came over when she was about 14 or 15 years old. And my dad was born in California, but both his parents were from Mexico. I don't think I knew my father ever to not have oil in under his fingernails. Extremely hard worker. My mom was the same. My mom worked at Peter Paul. She was a factory worker. Holidays were spent either with tamales at your aunt's house or making them at your house.
I love that. Do you know how to make tamales?
You know, I generally know how to make them.
Okay. Okay.
But my wife teases my mom that's the last piece of being accepted into a Mexican family is learning the tamale recipe.
In high school, Esker thrived academically and as an athlete, becoming class valedictorian and athlete of the year. Getting into Stanford was a dream for him and his family.
My father went a little bit to a junior college, but neither of them graduated from college. And so to have that opportunity, they were going to make sure that I took advantage of that.
An accomplishment that came with a financial sacrifice.
It really hit me when I came to Stanford. I think my parents would write a check for me for tuition, and it's the most money I ever saw them spend at one time my whole life. I had a lot of respect on what sacrifice they made to give me the opportunity to come to Stanford.
In the fall of 1983, Esker stepped onto the diamond at Stanford University with a clear goal to make the team.
I wasn't recruited. No, I walked on at Stanford. I graduated from Palma High School, had no scholarship offers anywhere, and decided that I would come to Stanford and try out for the team. But eventually by my senior year, I was the starting shortstop, and we won the national championship my senior year.
Many of the traits he applied on the baseball field, he learned in Salinas on a different type of field.
I spent a summer working in the lettuce fields. You know, a friend of mine whose father was a farmer said he was putting together a college crew to work in the fields. The college crew consisted of about 4 college people, and the rest were migrant workers. And it was a great experience. You know, very, very humbling. So I learned to never just be above hard work.
Esker went on to play professional baseball for 4 seasons, but this field would call him back. Throughout our interview, Stanford's maintenance crew was on the field, an unexpected reminder of how far he's come. You've stepped on that field for over 3 decades, as a college athlete, now as the head coach, but also as a groundskeeper.
Oh yeah, what they're doing right now, I've been on that mower. I've mowed the outfield grass. Yeah, everything that they're doing right now, I've done, and it just all added to what I was going to be prepared for. You know, so I have experience at almost every level of this organization from the very bottom.
How did that happen? How did you become the groundskeeper here?
So I was playing professional baseball after college. Got a chance to play professional baseball for 4 years. And in between, I was coming to graduate school here. So I was working on my master's degree. So after the season ended, there would be some time where school wasn't in session. The coach asked me if I wanted to work on the field. And so I started by just turning on sprinklers, but then it moved on to he would tell me, hey, Esker, can you mow it for us?
Nearly 30 years later, that same coach, Mark Marquez, would advocate for Esker to take the helm of Stanford baseball. Esker coached 18 years at UC Berkeley, where he was the 2011 National Coach of the Year. But in 2017, he went back home to Stanford. Like, this is where you used to sit when you used to be a player here.
Yeah.
And now you're the head coach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty surreal to be in charge of the program, especially one that had the success that we had under Coach Marquez. Having him really kind of stand up for me as well when he decided to retire, taking the torch from Coach Marquez, who was here for 40 years. He was my coach and who was a second father to me, but just having that opportunity, I'm pretty blessed.
Esker has been Stanford's baseball head coach for 6 years and already has the highest winning percentage in school history. Every win celebrated with a selfie.
We've been to the College World Series the last 3 years in a row, which no one has done.
And you had a lot of success this year also with several of your players getting drafted.
Yeah, we had, I think, nine players drafted. All of them signed. Tommy Troy was a first-round draft pick. We had the Player of the Year of the conference. Alberto Rios this year was
Latino.
Latino.
Talk to me about that.
Oh, just one of the greatest stories in college baseball. He was much like me, he was a non-scholarship player, and he had to wait his turn. He waited for 2 years, didn't play much. This is the first year he played full time. He was the Player of the Year in the conference. Was drafted by the Anaheim Angels in the 3rd round. Signed for a very good bonus, and he's off playing professional baseball right now.
Did you see yourself reflected in Rios?
A little bit, just about the amount of time he had to wait. I did not see myself in the sense that I was not the Player of the Year in the conference, and so
you did not get the bonus.
I did not get the bonus that he did, but I certainly was glad to witness it and hopefully be a little part of it.
A sense of family is what he strives for his team.
I learned the lesson to treat your family like friends and your friends like family. And I feel like the camaraderie kind of bleeds over onto your team.
Hard work and perseverance are the pillars he's built his career on.
I don't think anyone could have ever seen, and I'm sure the coaches at Stanford didn't think that the Mexican walk-on shortstop from Salinas would eventually be taking over the program.
And this field has witnessed every step. What do you see when you see this field?
I see a place where kids are going to grow up. How a bunch of players in their own little world develop the habits that would teach them to reach for excellence.
In Palo Alto, Luz Peña, ABC7 News.